Here we're going to learn about wisdom, or understanding, as it is translated here. The Pali term is panna, I think. In Sanskrit, I think that's prajna. My pronunciation's not perfect in either case. But that doesn't matter. What matters here is understanding. What is understanding? Understanding is of many sorts and has various aspects. An answer that attempted to explain it all would accomplish neither its intention nor its purpose, and would, besides, lead to distraction. So, we shall confine ourselves to the kind intended here, which is understanding consisting in insight, knowledge associated with profitable consciousness. In what sense is it understanding? It is understanding in the sense of the act of understanding. Prajna. What is this act of understanding? It is knowing. Jnana. In a particular mode, separate from the modes of perceiving. Sanjnana. Sanjnana. And cognizing. Vijnana. For though the state of knowing, jnana bhava, is equally present in perception, sanya, in consciousness, vijnana, and in understanding, panya. Nevertheless, perception is only the mere perceiving of an object as, say, blue or yellow. It cannot bring about the penetration of its characteristics as impermanent, painful, and not self, these supramundane qualities. Consciousness knows the object as blue or yellow, so it's one step above, and it brings about the penetration of its characteristics. But it cannot bring about, by endeavoring, the manifestation of the supramundane path. Understanding knows the object in the way already stated. It brings about the penetration of the characteristics, and it brings about, by endeavoring, the manifestation of the path. Suppose there were 3 people: a child without discretion, a villager, and a money changer, who saw a heap of coins lying on a money changer's counter. The child without discretion knows merely that the coins are figured and ornamented, long, square, or round. He does not know that they are reckoned as valuable for human use and enjoyment. And the villager knows that they are figured and ornamented, etc., just like the kid, and that they are reckoned as valuable for human use and enjoyment, unlike the kid. But he does not know such distinctions as, this one is genuine, this is false, this is half value. The money changer knows all those kinds, and he does so by looking at the coin, and by listening to the sound of it when struck, and by smelling its smell, tasting its taste, and weighing it in his hand. And he knows that it was made in a certain village or town or city, or on a certain mountain, or by the banks of a certain river, and that it was made by a certain master. And this may be understood as an illustration. Perception is like the child without discretion, seeing the coin, because it apprehends the mere mode of appearance of the object as blue, or so on. Consciousness is like the villager seeing the coin, because it apprehends the mode of the object as blue, and because it extends further, reaching the penetration of its characteristics. Understanding is like the money changer seeing the coin, because after apprehending the mode of its object as blue, and extending to the penetration of the characteristics, it extends still further, reaching the manifestation of the path. This is why the act of understanding should be understood as knowing in a particular mode, separate from the modes of perceiving and cognizing. For that is what the words, "it is understanding in the sense of act of understanding," refer to. However, it is not always to be found where perception and consciousness are, understanding. But when it is not disconnected from those states. And because it cannot be taken as disconnected thus, this is perception, this is consciousness, this is understanding, its difference is consequently subtle and hard to see. Hence, the Venerable Nagasena said, "A difficult thing, O king, has been done by the Blessed One." What, Venerable Nagasena, is the difficult thing that has been done by the Blessed One? The difficult thing, O king, done by the Blessed One, was the defining of the immaterial states of consciousness and its concomitants, which occur with the single object, and which he declared thus: "This is contact, this is feeling, this is perception, this is volition, this is consciousness."